What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Regrowth. Oh yeah, guys. So last episode, we spent a lot of time doing some Agricraft stuff, and I wasn't able to get a couple of the Agricraft breeds that I wanted, or at least one of them, but I figured out what I was doing wrong. Yeah, as it turns out, the wispy cotton I had planted on the garden soil, not the till, the actual garden soil, this one right here. Yeah, and that wasn't a wispy cotton at that point. This was actually called... Well, let's just plant it because I can't remember. It's called a garden proxy. So apparently what this is, you can plant multiple different flowers on the garden soil. It's like a decorative thing. Yeah, so that's why it wasn't recognized as the wispy cotton, because it's not. It's called a garden proxy. If I break it and plant it here, now it's called a wispy cotton. So that's all I needed to do. So I tried crossbreeding these twice. The first time I got seeds. Second time I got our wormwood seeds. So we got that all figured out. Yeah, I wasn't even looking at the tooltip. I just saw that it looked like wispy cotton. And yeah, if you look at the tooltip, it does say garden proxy. Didn't even notice. Anyway, we got that all solved. So this is the thing that I've been working on over here. We saw last time they got the 10-10-10s of the shimmer leaf. I finally got the 10-10-10 of the cinder pearl. And as we saw before, the taint seeds that we had over here were a 3-3-3. Yeah, so I took the 3-3-3 and I bred it, or I crossbred it with the shimmer leaf. That doesn't actually produce anything. But what's interesting about that is, since this is a child of this one and they don't produce anything, if you breed them together, if you get another taint spore, it will grab some of the stats off this one and it'll really give it a big boost. So it went from a 3-3-3 to an 8-8-8 in one mutation, right? So I just did that again. So here's our 8-8-8 and here's our 10-10-10. And these are the child of that. It's like a little bit of inbreeding kind of a thing, but that's the way that Agricraft seems to work. So this should be a 10-10-10, I would imagine. No, that's a 9-10-10. It's pretty close, right? So it went from a 3-3-3 to an 8-8-8 to a 9-10-10. Yeah, that's pretty fast. So we could do that once again. I'll just go ahead and add that right here. And whenever we get another taint root, that will be a 10-10-10, which will be pretty cool. So yeah, that's a trick, another trick that I've learned from the guys on the live streams about Agricraft that I didn't know. There's a lot of ways to speed up the way that I've been doing the breeding. Yeah, and I had no idea. Like when we first was doing all the Agricraft breeding, like we set up these rows here, and I plant the one and then do the crop sticks, the cross ones, just wait for it to grow to this one, and wait for that one to grow to this one, and that one to grow to that one. Yeah, and I had to do it like probably like 19 breeds before we got to the 10-10-10s. And the way I'm doing it now, where you do, I kind of showed it a little bit, but I didn't really talk about it last time. If you do it in a pattern where you have plant here, plant here, plant here, plant here, all the same ones, and then you do your cross crop sticks here, it'll grab stats from like each one of these plants, so you can boost it up really fast. So I've gone from a 1-1-1 to a 10-10-10 in like 4 or 5 breeds before. It is super fast. But yeah, the way that's set up is it's pulling the stats from like 4 different parents instead of just 2 different parents like I've been doing before when I'm trying to do the crossbreeding. Yeah, anyway, it's much faster to go to the 10-10-10 in that particular method. These we don't need anymore. They're pretty good, but they're not the best, so they go away. Whoops, I didn't mean to speed off like that. Anyway, so I don't think we're going to be spending much time with the Agricraft today other than to grab our V-Shroom and to grab our wormwood. I haven't touched either of those. Yeah, there's our V-Shroom. You get to get that by the red and the brown together. And then we have the wormwood. So let's go ahead and get this quest taken care of as well. So there we go. They'll give us wormwood for the plants. And V-Shroom for this one. And we're done. The only thing we have left is all these different spawn eggs and stuff, but we can do that later. That's not a big deal. I wanted to get through all these different seeds and stuff. And we have now officially done it. So that is pretty cool. That's probably just a 1-1-1, I imagine, because both of the... No, actually, those are 10-10. That's a 10-10. This might be a 5-5-5. It is. Okay, cool. And this one is going to be a 1-1-1 because the mushrooms I haven't touched at all. Yeah, okay. So we'll just leave that alone. Cool. Anyway, like I said, I think we're done with the Agricraft breeding completely, unless we need to bring up any of our seeds to 10-10-10s later. But I don't think there's anything else to breed, at least nothing else for the quests, which is pretty awesome. So things that I wanted to work on for today, Yeah, I've been doing a little bit of Thaumcraft like I mentioned last episode, and one of the things that's kind of annoying is having to go and fill up our wand. When this thing runs out of juice, we really don't have a way to run or to fill it back up. See, like the aqua right there is at a 1.7. What I've done in the past to charge that is go to the end. Yeah, go to the end, kill pigmen, pick up the little orbs that they draw. I mean, it's not that big of a deal, but it's something I'd rather not do. So I would like to get the automated wand recharging pedestal, and I would like to look at setting up, I guess, the stabilized nodes nearby, so I have access to that. Let's get the Thaumium. I've unlocked some of this research already, so we don't have to worry about that at all. But I don't remember exactly everything that I've done, so let's go into here real quick, and it's under Thaumaturgy, I believe. Okay, so here we go. Yeah, so node stabilizer. We're going to try and grab some nodes. We want to stabilize them. Wand recharge pedestal. So yeah, if we have nodes nearby, we can just put the wand on this thing, and then I'll automatically just charge it up over time, I believe. We can also get this little guy that'll sit on top of this. And if we get ourselves a CV node, it's a stabilized node that no longer provides regular aspects. It provides like a constant stream. It's weird if you've never seen it before. But anyway, this guy, you could point one of those CV nodes at this, and I'll just like constantly charge the wand, which would be pretty cool. But I think you need a node that has a little bit of every aspect in it, like the 6 base aspects, in order for that to work effectively. I'm pretty sure. I might be wrong. I don't know. I'm not a Thaumcraft expert. I've just done some of this stuff before. So anyway, these are things that I'm looking at doing. So we want to get ourselves a node stabilizer, which is some arcane stone blocks, the niter, block of quartz, gold, and a piston, and then a bunch of these aspects on the wand. So we're going to need to go recharge our wand and get all that stuff so we can do the arcane work table. So the first things that we need to do is to grab this guy. I think that is our best wand right now. I don't think we've actually gotten a chance to do anything better. We have an iron capped one that's got all 25s in there. And what do we need for this? We might actually be able to do it with that one. No, it's 32, so we can't do it with that one. Okay, so we need to go recharge up this wand. Yeah, we need 32 in each aspect. So I need some more aqua in there. So I guess it's off to the nether. I got armor. I think we should be okay. We got looting. We got everything we need. Just need to kill a bunch of pigmen. Pick up the little Thaumcraft aspect orbs. Yeah. Alright guys, well I went ahead and made the 2 node stabilizers over here. Yep, and you know another thing that people have told me in the comments, since I need to do Thaumcraft research, one of the items from Botania, well I guess it's from Forbidden Magic, but it works with Botania. It's called the Whisperweed. Like I'm pretty sure that's how that works. That runs out the Botania mana. Anyway, so I went ahead and I went to the Thaumium. We had this unlocked. This is under however you Aprocraft, whatever. I don't know the name of this. Anyway, it's down here, Botany, and then we have these 3 flowers available, right? So one of them is called the Whisperweed, and this is supposed to use mana, and then it gives you Thaumcraft aspects over time, right? So it's kind of like using a deconstruction table and clicking this button and putting in more crafting tables, except it just happens and uses mana. So that's something I'm definitely interested in doing. So I went ahead and I made the research notes for this. Put it here, and we got to play the little mini game in order to connect the dots and unlock the thing. I've never used this flower before. I've never tested it. I don't really know anything about it. So we're going to find this out. So in order to connect these, we need to just connect the dots. I already kind of looked up how to connect these. So it's just a matter of me dropping them onto the thing here. So it's Spiritus, Mortis, and then we need to go Victus, I believe is the last bit of this. One of those. Yeah, and then we got to connect it down this way as well. So going this way is going to be Air, Lux, and then Ignis. So Lux is in the center, Ignis, and then Air, like so. Easy, right? Well, it's easy if you know how to do it. Anyway, it doesn't take that much time to learn these. So there's Whisperweed. So if we clone in here, we should be able to see how to do it. Okay, so we need knowledge fragments in order to do that. So we need lost lore in order to get knowledge fragments. I don't even know how to get lost lore. I'm sure it'll tell us here. In that section. So we need grass, mana diamond, redstone root, purple, gray, rune of envy. I don't even know if that's a thing we can do yet. And amber, we have that, no problem. So this is done on the arcane workbench. So yeah, we have to use Thaumcraft aspects for this. I have the wand completely filled up again. Yeah, you can see in my inventory, I killed a bunch of gas and some wisps and all sorts of crazy things in the nether to get that filled up. So yeah. I think the next thing, I'll go ahead and read through this, figure out how we can get the knowledge fragment. I think that's probably a pretty easy thing. I don't know. I can't remember if I've ever made those before or not. Anyway, I'll figure that out and try and make ourselves a whisper weed, and we'll check out how that flower works. All right, guys, so I'm in the process of making this whisper weed still. And in order to do this, we need this Rune of Envy. Rune of Envy requires the Rune of Winter, and we don't have any. So I decided since we got to make one, I might as well make a few of them, since I believe we made one of these before and we had to use this in a recipe, so we lost it. So I'm going to make 3 of them. But anyway, that's not the point of why I brought you guys back in here. The point is I wanted to show you guys some things. So we're using this Elven Mana Spreader. This is an upgrade of the regular one, and that shoots mana pretty quickly over here to the Runic Altar. Let's see how fast it makes that. Yeah, you can see that's going pretty quick, right? Yeah, that's not a big deal. It's half done. It's more than half done. I need my runes, the living stone. I forgot to grab that stuff. Do we not have living stone? Oh no, or I guess living rock. I would probably help if I knew the name of the item I was looking for. Anyway, so this is done. So that didn't take too long, right? So we can go ahead and do this and get our Rune of Winter. What I did want to show you guys was this mana lens. So I've made both a velocity and a potency one. Yep, and you combine them in your crafting grid with a slime ball. This is something that I didn't really know too much about before. But yeah, like I said, people on the live stream have been telling me how to do things. I've been kind of learning. So this is one of the things that I learned. You can put that on these mana spreaders like this, and that actually will make this shoot more mana than it was doing before. Before it was going pretty fast. Now it goes really fast. So anyway, I was too slow to right click this thing. So we'll just go ahead and drop all these items on there again. 2 snow, wool, and a cake. So look how much faster that goes. And done. Yep. So those lenses are pretty important to have if you want to move mana faster. Yeah. I never really knew about them before. I didn't really know much about Botania before. But as I use the mod more and more, I'm kind of learning new things. Like using these flowers right here, the gourmet flowers, the food flowers. These are really good. It's like so much faster than what I was doing before with the Endo Flames. But the Endo Flames work, so why did I want to upgrade? I don't know. But yeah, those are definitely way better. So that'll just show you this. If you guys didn't know, if you've never done these before, the mana lenses or whatever, definitely worth looking at because they can speed up everything way faster. And done. All right, guys. Well, here we go. I got everything together so we can make this whisper weed. So I was kind of concerned about these knowledge fragments. We were looking at the lore fragments or whatever. And I was like, well, how do we get those? It turns out the lore fragments come from bees. We're not going to do bees in this series. So we did get the lore fragments. I can't remember where we got those. Maybe in chests. Maybe when we were exploring some abandoned mine shafts. I don't know. We ended up having 3 of them. So I made enough of this recipe so we can do 3 of these flowers. I don't know if we need more than 1. But we have enough stuff here for 3 of each. So anyway, let's go ahead and make one of those. So it's 10 aspects of everything. I could have swapped over to my wizard stuff and got 9 on everything, but it doesn't really matter. Anyway, so we got one of these whisper weeds. It's a functional flower. It does require mana, and apparently it's supposed to whisper things to you. So let's put the whisper weed, I guess, over here. Looks like it's sparkling, so that should mean that it has plenty of mana. And that should just, you know, give me aspects over time. That's my understanding of how this thing works. Or maybe it just makes items in the world. I guess I'm just gonna have to stand around and kind of check out how it works. But I think it's supposed to just give you aspects after a certain amount of time. Oh, those chime cells are music to my ears. So the way this is working, you have to be nearby the flower. I was just expecting it to like be linked to me because I placed it or something like that. No, you have to be nearby the flower. You have to link the flower to a mana pool, like so. Yeah, it's slowly drawing mana out of the pool. It doesn't really look like it is, though. I guess our other pool over here is probably filling this one up because it has the dominant spark on there. But yeah, this is just giving us research points. This is like the easiest thing ever. I'm always going to be using these flowers should Forbidden Magic and Thaumcraft be installed with Botania because this is super awesome. This is the best thing ever, but it is giving us temporary warp, which I don't know if this is a bad thing or not. I mean, obviously warp will give us some of the side effects, so I'll probably want to research getting some of the salt or the bath salts, I think is what that is. Anyway, the warp ward and all of that kind of stuff. But yeah, 3 of these flowers, decided to go a little crazy. Probably didn't need that much, but it looks like about every 10 to 15 seconds, it's giving us 3 or 4 aspects per flower, which is pretty awesome. Alright guys, well I've been making progress in Thaumcraft. I keep getting more aspects. I keep having to combine aspects. And yeah, I'm forever getting that scrolling text on the right hand side of the screen over there. Whatever, it's not a big deal. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to get a node in a jar so we can bring some nodes over here and put it on our node stabilizers. That way we have some nodes, you know, they can hang out. We can use them to recharge our wand and stuff. I still need to make the wand recharge pedestal. Let's see, that's under Thaumaturgy, I think. Yeah, the wand recharge pedestal. We need to do Arcane Infusion for this. Yeah. So we don't really have an Arcane Infuser. So that's the next step that we need to do in order to progress through Thaumcraft, is to get ourselves that kind of stuff. Thankfully, there is a quest for this called Neo Infusion. This is in the Thaumcraft section right here. So we already did the first part of this, which was to make some arcane stone blocks and arcane stone bricks. So we have both of those done. So this is, now that you've got yourself Essentia, time to figure out what you can do with it. Both the arcane work table and crucible are useful for crafting different things. But what if you could combine their methods for even more complex, I lost it, crafting, allowing you to combine multiple items together along with Essentia to create something new. You think that attuning a complex matrix to its surroundings as well as the natural V you could create an altar that does exactly this. Okay, words are hard. So the first step to get these blocks, you already know how to do that. It's not a big deal. From this, you can create the pedestal for mounting items, which the altar should be able to recognize. It may also be a key component for building the infusion matrix. Once you got these components, construct the altar as per the diagram of the Thaumonomicon and activate using V by right-clicking the runic matrix with your wand. Okay, so we need to make one of these things. So the runic matrix is not so bad. Some arcane stone, some shards, doesn't matter which ones, and an ender pearl. So I need to grab some shards. Yeah, we have the shard essence or whatever. So we can just make a bunch of shards. Doesn't matter what it is. Sure, we'll make a bunch of air shards. There we go. There's a stack of those guys. So air shards plus a ender pearl. That dinging sound you're hearing, by the way, are these primal charms that I made. Yeah, they drop aspects every now and then. The wand is picking it up. So every time you hear that ding, the wand is recharging a little bit. It's because I have a primal charm on me. Anyway, so we got that. We got this. We needed the arcane stone blocks. I think it was 4 of those. We'll take 8. That should be perfectly fine. And then we can come over here, use our wand to do this. So blocks there, some of this. Looks good. So we need 40 ordo to do that. We have 50. We should be okay. Actually, since that's a higher cost, let's go ahead and swap over to the robes real quick. And we only need 36, so it's a little bit better. It's not really that big of a deal, though. Whoops, I clicked the wrong thing. This one, there we go. Runic matrix, got it. Okay, so we have the runic matrix now. The next item we needed was the arcane pedestal. Should keep that wand on me so I pick these orbs up and this wand recharges over time. So the arcane pedestal. This one is some arcane stone blocks. Yep, and the shaped arcane work table. We need 5 air to do that. We have plenty. So we just need a little bit more of those blocks. And there we go. Cool. All right. So there is 6 of them. We only need 5, but you can only craft from 2 at a time. Anyway, so there you go. So that's going to give us 4 of these ethereal essence and a little reputation. Let's go and claim that reward. Yeah, silver lining. So this is going to want us to do a silverwood rod, and we're going to need a silverwood rod. If I didn't mention this before, yeah, here, I wanted to do the node in the jar, right? Wherever that is, artifice, basic information. Okay, node in the jar, yeah. In order to do that, we need 70 V in our wand, and the current one that we have does up to 50. I think the silverwood wand does 100. So yeah, we need that one in order to do what we need to do. So we have to make this guy. So in order to make this, we do need the runic matrix, a little bit of infusion crafting. It is a moderate stability, so I'm gonna have to figure out how in this pack we can make that more stable. What I've done before in the past, I used a lot of monster skulls nearby. We only have a few. Yeah, we don't have a lot of monster heads, so I'm gonna have to figure out other ways to stabilize it. I know you can use like Thaumcraft candles. I know you can use like mixed crystal clusters. There's a few different things. I'm going to have to do some research, figure out what we can do in this mod pack, an easy way to stabilize it before we'll be able to do the silver wood rod. So anyway, give me a few more minutes here. I'm going to figure out some stuff. Probably set up the Arcane infuser like over in this general area. And okay. Something stirs in its depths. So when you get fog like this, I was gonna cut, but I guess we can look around for a moment. When you get fog like this, a monster has appeared somewhere nearby. Where, I don't know. But we have to kill it, otherwise this fog won't go away. It could be like literally underneath the base here. I guess we should look down here. Anyway, a monster has appeared somewhere. We need to find it. We need to kill it. And that monster has a chance of dropping, I think it's like an Eldritch Eye or something. Well, I don't know where it is. And it's very hard to tell. All right, I don't know where I dug out, so I'm just gonna dig another hole. There we go. Yeah, we need to find this guy and kill him. Let's see if we can just run around the base real quick, see if we can find him and take him down. Well, I was looking around for one. I kind of walked around our little Thaumcraft Blood Magic Island, didn't see him. We ran over to the main base, didn't see him. We went over to the Botania area, just kind of like made a loop. And as I was over here, the fog went away. So I guess maybe it didn't spawn or maybe it despawned. I'm not sure. But normally when you get that fog, there is a monster. I think it's called like an Eldritch Guardian or something that's spawned nearby. And you need to go over, kill it, and it has a chance of dropping an Eldritch Eye, I think, which you're supposed to use on those, what are they called? Like the monoliths or whatever, the little floating things. Anyway, that opens a gateway to the Eldritch dimension. I'm not even sure if that is in this pack or not. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and make a cut here. I'm going to try and get some of the things done for the Arcane Infusion, and we'll be right back, guys. Yeah, so you guys remember when I said we didn't have a lot of monster skulls? Yeah, I forgot that we have Wither Essence in this mod pack, and we can make all of the Wither Skulls. We had like 10,000 of it, actually. So what I'm doing right now is we're underneath where the Arcane Infuser is. This is a trick that I've done a few times playing through Thaumcraft in mod packs, where I have access to a lot of mob skulls. So basically what you do is you, underneath the altar here, you just find the center point. Oh, let me fly. Yeah, so you find the center point, you go down, and from the center, you figure out like where 7x7 is, centered on the center of the runic altar. And anyway, once you make your 7x7, you just lay out some monster skulls. In this case, we are using Wither skeleton skulls just because we have a ridiculous amount of them. Yeah, so you do a 7x7 mob skull underneath the altar, and pretty much every infusion you will do is always 100% stable, unless there's other mods in here that are making it more difficult or whatever. And as long as you got your pedestals in a symmetrical fashion around the altar, you should be good to go. So what I'm doing right now is just trying to do this layer by layer, just make 3 layers deep of these skulls, 7x7. You have to place them on a block, otherwise I would just, you know, place them on themselves or whatever. You can't really do that. So yeah, you have to build like a little platform like I'm doing, place the skulls on them like I'm doing, and then dig out the dirt and place them on the next row, starting from top to bottom. I find is the easiest way. There might be a better way of doing it, but this is the way that I've always done it. So anyway, let me go ahead and finish this up, get our whole lot of skulls going on underneath the altar. This should stabilize it, like I said, so we won't need a bunch of crystal clusters and all that stuff around the altar, or the candles or any of that stuff. This will be all we need, so the top side will be really, really clean. Anyway, like I said, let me finish this up real quick, and we will be right back, guys. Alright guys, well I just got done melting down 8 of each one of these individual shards in our alchemical furnace over here. I did make a second alembic. We had another V-filter. Yeah, we had another V-filter in our AE system, so I made a second one of these things just to speed up the process. Anyway, I melted those all down. We ended up with like 2 files of everything. We got 8 of the vitreous, but 2 files of all the base aspects, 6 of the magic, and that's fine. We're gonna need like all of these things. In order to make the wand, it's 9 aspects of all of those, except for the vitreous. We don't care about that. But anyway, we have plenty of this stuff to go around. So this is our altar. We have all the crystals laid out, every single shard, including the balanced shard right here. Yep. And then we have a silverwood log in the center. And that should be our recipe. The only thing we have to do at this point is just make sure we have the essence available for the altar to do its crafting. So that's 5. 6, 7. Was there more than that? I think it was just a 7, right? Yeah, the 6 base aspects and then magic. So we can go ahead and take these files. The reason why I did files is because when you melt down those things, you get it into quantities of 8 pretty much, and a file can hold 8. So anyway, it just makes more sense to do them in the files. I think you can actually take the warded jars and right click them on each one of these. Anyway, I just did it with the files. I just find that easier because you can get up to 64 in one stack. I guess you can do 64 warded jars, but then you gotta, you know, fish, fumble around your inventory, find which one, put it on your hotbar, right click the thing. It's just too much work. Anyway, so we can just take these things, just right click them on here. I believe you get the files back. I could be wrong. Maybe you don't. Okay, I guess I am wrong. It doesn't look like we're getting those back, which is fine. They're not super expensive. Terra, Aqua, Ignis, and we only need 2 of these, so I'm just gonna make sure I don't put them all in there. There we go. Okay, so now we got the warded jars. We should have all the different aspects we need for this infusion crafting, which is awesome. So we should just be able to click that with our wand. I don't think it matters which one, so we'll just click it with this one, and it should find these warded jars nearby and pull all the aspects, all 9 from each different one into it. With all the skeleton skulls we have down below, this should be a 100% stable craft. So yeah, we got all the withered skeleton skulls down here. It said this was a moderate craft, if I remember correctly. Yeah, it says moderate, so without all that stuff, it's possible you get explosions. These things would knock off the pedestals. You'll get like some of the purple goo flying around there. But yeah, with those, the 7x7, alright, yeah, 7x7x3 of those skeleton skulls, more than enough to keep this thing stable for pretty much every single craft. Anyway, so we just need to suck in 2 more of those things, and we should get our wand core, and then we're gonna have to make the wand caps for it. There it is. Easy. Okay, silverwood rod. Nice. That should fulfill this quest. Oh, we got another spot. Oh, look at this. It's gonna give us ore nodes. I didn't even notice this. Okay, so that's gonna be awesome. So it wants us to make charged Thaumium caps, which means we have to do Thaumium nuggets on the thing. So we need 2 of those caps. We're gonna need 6 of the balance shards, which get smelted into the Salus Mundus. I think it's just 2 of those, right? I think that's all we need. So maybe I made too many of these, but we'll probably need those for later. Anyway, so all we have to do is just take some of the Salus Mundus that we have, just kind of like, I don't think it really matters where these go. I just kind of like spread them out a little bit. Put those around like that. Put the wand cap in the center. You got to do it one at a time. And just click this thing. So that should do... Oh, you know what? I didn't even... Whoops, can I stop the craft? Why don't you just like right click on this thing or something to stop it? Anyway, I forgot to grab the aspects that we need for this. I think it'll be fine if it just kind of like sits there. So we need Potentia and Aurum, both of which I forgot to get. So Potentia we can get from coal, I think. Yeah, coal. Let's grab a stack of that. We're not going to do a stack. Aurum, I'm not sure. If you do a right click on there, it'll show. So yeah, okay. I guess that we can get that from any of the essence. Any of the ethereal essence. We even have Aurum right there. Perfect. Okay, so let's go ahead and melt that stuff down. And then I will do like I do, pull the aspects out using our files. Yeah, and we'll be right back, guys. All right, so everything is still cooking over here. We just didn't have the aspects that we needed. Okay, so Essentia of the Aurum. There's that. And then we have Potentia in here somewhere. There it is, 3 of those. So now it should have everything we need. Doesn't look like anything has been knocked off. I was seeing like some lightning coming off there. I don't know if that's because it didn't have the aspects in time, if it's kind of getting unstable as it waits. I don't really know how that all works, but we should have everything we need for this one and the next one. We needed 12 of that, and I think it was just 6 more of the Aurum. All right, so there is one cap. We'll put the other inert one, and then some more of the Salus Mundus around, like so, like so. Cool, and we will just click it with the wand, and that should just go this time. It'll use up all of our Potentia. Yeah, I ended up doing 12 coal, I think is what it was. We need a total of 24 of that, and each coal gives 2 Potentia. Yeah, and then the arm, I just put in whatever it was that we had in there. Every time you melt down one of the essentia or the essence or whatever you get from wisps, you get 2 of this aspect with it as well. So we'll always have a lot of that stuff eventually. Okay, so there is our 2 wand caps. Awesome. So this wanted us to do that, and then finally it wants us to make the Thaumium Boss Silverwood Wand, which I think we just have to put together on the Arcane thing. Oh, we need 54 of each aspect. How do we get 54? I think that just is going to force us to use our clothing, right? Our robes. Put that in that. And this. 54 of each aspect. Now, if I put this on, I guess that didn't change. Oh, it doesn't change until I put this here. Okay, so I don't have enough aspects in the wand. Let me go fix that real quick. I'm going to go murder some more pigmen or whatever. Yep, and we'll be right back, guys. All right, guys, I went ahead and I sufficiently killed enough zombie pigmen, some more gas and all those things. Here we go. And we should be able to make our Thaumium Boss Silverwood Wand like so. And that holds 100 V per. So that's going to be pretty awesome. Obviously, I got to go fill this thing up. But that should satisfy this quest now. And that's awesome. And that's going to give us some R nodes. These are just random ones. I think they're creative spawned ones. Like if you go into creative mode, you get those. So it is possible that these could turn into hungry nodes, which would be really bad. Or it's very rare chance that one of them could, I should say. But yeah, that's going to be pretty awesome though. We get these nodes nearby. We can stabilize them. Yeah, I like it. So let's go ahead and claim the reward. Actually, do I have enough space? I don't. Let's go ahead and dump out some of the stuff in my inventory. Then we'll claim the reward. I'll probably set down a couple of those nodes. We can check those out here in just a second. And get rid of all of this junk. Don't need you. Golden swords. I got so many of those. I've that thrown off the edge so far. All right, just get rid of those. Cool. All right, let's claim this reward. Yeah, creative mode only. Place a randomly generated node. So we can take one of these, which is awesome. I just stick it right there. So that's got a lot of aqua. I'm not sure. I think if you put nodes close to each other like this, they'll start bullying each other, whatever, and gaining some aspects or whatever. I'm not sure if I want them that close. Let me move this one just a little bit further away. I'm not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Anyway, we'll just stick another one right here. And that one's got air and aqua too. So that's kind of cool. I like it. We can scan those things, get a little bit of aspects out of it. We can use our wands to pull some stuff out. Now, when they're stabilized like this, I'm not sure if they recharge faster or how that works, if I even want to use them for charging my wand or not. I'm gonna have to do some more research on these things and figure that all out. It might be a bad thing doing that. Anyway, guys, I think we're gonna go and wrap the episode up here for today. Had a lot of fun messing around with the Thaumcraft stuff. Got a lot of good stuff done. I know, everybody's favorite mod is Thaumcraft. There's a lot of cool things in the mod if you give it a chance, though. You've seen a lot of the boring stuff. We're going to be getting in some of the more interesting stuff here pretty soon, I think. Anyway, that's it for today. Thank you guys for watching. Remember to leave a like on the episode if you liked it. And we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye-bye.